All right. This is Mr. E, and here we are. We're moving into phase 4. Didn't I see it coming? And sometimes we say, didn't I see that coming? And sometimes we say, oh, I didn't see that coming. So this is the part of the lunar cycle where things can get exciting. And remember, in the last phase, the last affirmation was, I am determined to appreciate this situation. And then appreciation in the last phase was to counteract our judgments. In other words, when we have judgments and misperceptions about the world, they cannot be held in the same container of thought as appreciation. So in phase 2, it was about being willing and opening up, and that was to just to say yes. And then the next piece was to let go of our judgments. And now we move into this phase, and it's called Didn't I See It Coming? And evolutionary guideline 3 is our guiding force in this one, which is be light. Light is light. Lightness spreads light. And the reason for that is now that we've learned to appreciate those things that trouble us the most, our thoughts, the people, and those things, rather than judge them, and we can really change our perception. The next piece is now to release control. So the next 3 days is to let go of control. And the only way to let go of control is to be playful. So the essence of this 3 days now is allowance. We're just going to allow life. We're going to allow life. Life is doing what life is doing anyway. So we're going to even take it further and say that we're going to meet life by allowing life. And that's kind of funny because life is happening anyway, but we're going to allow life to be what it is. And to do that, we've got to release our illusions of control. And we're going to explore our control mechanisms, and that's okay. We're going to see them. We're going to just let them go. Well, what happens in this phase of the lunar cycle, oftentimes, or just before or just after, we're coming up to the full moon, and we've asked for things, experiences in our manifestations on the new moon, and now the moon has gone around, and before we get to the full illumination of truth, consciousness must answer your prayer and disturb and rattle and shake some things loose. And so a lot of times this is where a surprise comes out of left field, we call it. I didn't see that coming. Oh, wow. Somebody calls. And really all that's happening is that consciousness is got to bring these things up that you've been unable to perceive of before, or unwilling to look at, or tried to control, or had judgments about. But now you've come into alignment with the lunar cycle, and you've made intentions to move beyond these things. So these things have a great opportunity to spring up during this time. And so last phase, it was I'm determined to appreciate. So whatever happens in this cycle, be determined, carry that forward to appreciate, and also now allow and just give it light. No matter how difficult it might seem, or how surprising it is, or how challenging, it can also be equally as amazing and wonderful and beautiful. So this is also where opportunities that you couldn't have perceived of before to advance come up. And so it could be either way, and it depends on, and it's a really exciting time. So our action is just to be playful. And in this period of time, we're not going to take life seriously. You know, as we get into the lunar cycles, and as you sort of understand how this is happening and are able to apply it to your life, you can see that in the third phase, it's all about getting your hands in the dream, not getting serious about life, but determination. Now we're going to pull back, and we're going to be playful with life. Be light. Lightness is light. Lightness spreads light. So important that when we are in our meditation and we are with life in a new way, that we bring the light in. And the darkness is the judgment. The darkness is trying to control, or being controlled, or the illusion of control. The darkness is our own resistance to thinking maybe we aren't enough, or whatever our old stories are. So now it's be light. Light is light. Lightness spreads light. And you can do this with yourself. It's your determination to remember the spark and spend some time and bring the light in. This is your responsibility. Remember, last phase we took 100% responsibility. Well, now we're on the other side of the paradox, which is on the other side of that entire paradox is you're not in control. You never were in control. You never will be in control. Like God is in control. Life is in control. Let that happen. You are a part of life. You are giving up 100% control, and then on the opposite side of this great paradox, you're assuming 100% responsibility. And the nexus point is in the middle. The sweet spot is in the middle, and this is where our consciousness is birthed out into the world. This is where the spark then becomes illumined and can really create some incredible serendipities and magic in your life simply by being playful. So, giving up control, assuming as 100% responsibility, I call that the paradox. And that leaves us with only one thing, which is we have charge. I don't even call it control. Charge of where our attention goes and what we think about and where our hands are. That's what we have charge of in this world. We don't have control of anything on the external side. We have 100% responsibility for who we are, in that the spark is attracting everything that we require to evolve. Is going to give us everything we want when we're in harmony with the universe, when we're in the flow of the life. So really, to be in the flow of life is to relinquish control and let the river take you. So anyway, glad to have you. You are a fabulous, beautiful human being, just like myself. And that's our work here. Our work is to see ourselves and our divine nature and to really love that expression. And to do that, we've got to give up the control of the thought processes and the judgments and all the things. So just let it all go, enjoy it, and see what can happen in the next few days. All right. Have a great one.